Yo, 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 what the deal? It's your boy X dot E dot L dot O. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Thank you for coming back. But if you are new here, definitely like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. That'll let you know when I drop another video. If you are here for beats, I have a link below. It's called Beats You Need, or you can just go directly to the website, which is going to be XELOHH.com. You come here for all your beat needs, all your graphic needs, and all your mixing and mastering needs as well. And that's XELOHH.com. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for coming back. I hope you guys are liking, subscribing to these things on the channel itself. Today I'm actually going to go over a little bit more of the arranger mode inside of Cakewalk, just because I had a couple people ask me about it. So I just kind of wanted to do another follow-up video of the actual arranger track inside of Cakewalk. So let's go. All right, let me move my big face out the way, which is always in the way. I'm just gonna go down to the bottom. All right, so this is my light theme. If you are interested in this theme or my dark theme, I have a link below to actually download them. If you don't know how to install themes, I have a video showing you how to install themes as well. Okay, so this is a beat that I made. I made this on a live stream actually a little while back, and I just pulled it up because I was like, hey, what is this? And then I was like, you know what? Let me do the arranger video just to kind of show people how to arrange this stuff. The beat is not mixed or anything. As you see, all the levels down here are pretty much just astronomical. They're not in sync or anything like that. And I just put like a brick wall limiter on the master. This is what the beat sounds like. All right, so that was the beat. And now let's go to the arranger. So there's two ways to kind of pull it up in here in Cakewalk. You can actually go here to your ruler, and you see how it has this little icon there with the lines. You can just drag this down, and boom, now you have an arranger mode. So if you drag it up, it'll make the arranger mode go away, and you'll just have your track list. The other way is to go all the way over here to the left and click on Show Hide Arranger, and then you can actually see the arranger view from here as well. So let's make an arrangement. You can just hit this plus sign, and it'll make and add a selection. Boom. And it knows that I usually like to do the intro, so it just made the intro one for the first one. So let's say I wanted to make more of these. So right now it's only 4 bars. I'm not going to make it too long. I'm just going to duplicate these over, right? So that's 4 times. And if you right click on these, it'll give you an option to do a selection type. You can name or make new ones if you want to. I usually like to just use what they have in here because it's pretty much what you do. So I'm gonna make this a pre-chorus. Let's make this one a verse. And let's make this one, let's say this is just the end, right? So now we have our intro, pre-chorus, verse, and ending, right? So let's say we wanted to actually have an alternative to this and just have a little different layout. So you can go in here, you right click inside the arranger track section here, and you can hit new. Or you can just even duplicate exactly what you have in here to make it to the next bar. But I'm just going to do a new one. And let's do sections. So let's do the middle of this, right? Boom. And let's go from here, right? So now I have two totally different sections. Um, and I can, of course, right click and make these whatever I want to. Let's say, let's make this a solo, and let's make this a middle 8, right? So now we have these in here and we have these up here. So what's really cool about this is that you can kind of manipulate these things the way you want to. You can actually have it to where you can hide one of these and have it only as the primary one. So let's say I wanted to hide this one, right? I could just hit hide and boom, I only have this one now. To bring it back, you go over here to the arranger section, hit this little drop down, and you'll get an option that says to you can check it right here, or you can only show the active arranger track, which is another pretty cool option. If you're a person that move things around a lot, it'll give you an option to kind of lock things into place. So let's show you here. So let's say I wanted this section here, right? All of this section. But you see how it's in the middle of this track? And if you say you wanted to keep the rest of this and you only wanted to copy this piece here, you can do this. Just right click, you copy. Let's go down to another section that's not occupied. Let's go down here. You wanted to put it here. So right click and you can paste, or just hit Control V and paste, and boom, see that section is here. But remember, this kind of cuts off. So let's say you wanted the rest of these things, you can just drag this out. It gives you an option on here to drag them out to the section however it was. So let's say I wanted to drag all of these out. And I didn't want to drag this one, and I drag this one out. As you see, it maintains whatever it is inside of this section that I actually copied. So seeing that it cut these off, it'll give you an option to actually extend them if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, it gives you that option to do that inside of Cakewalk. So let's delete those. And you see it kept the other parts that I extended. Yeah. All right. Back to the grill again. All right. So we're back here in the beginning. So let's say we didn't need this part right now. Let's hide it. So we have our intro, our pre-chorus, our verse, and our ending, right? So let's say we wanted to do, let's do a slice here, right? So I sliced the ending, and I wanted just to keep this kind of beginning part for whatever it is that I'm going to do. So I'm going to delete the rest of these. Right? So now my ending part just has this piece on here. So the arranger is a really powerful tool, so definitely use it wisely. I'm just going to mute these. I'm going to hit K on my keyboard, and that'll mute those. So the pre-chorus, let's actually take a couple of things out of here. Let's do the 808. Let me make sure everything is squeezed in here right. So F. All right, so I'm gonna mute these, and I'm going to mute the kick. And what is this? Cymbals, hi-hats. Let's take out the percussion, and let's add the percussion here, right? So So basically, as you see, I can just kind of make my own little sections here. And let's say you wanted to actually arrange these to a way it actually works for you. So let's do it. So let's go intro. I'm gonna bring this down. It's the option right here that says bring it down to the actually section. I'm gonna do this one, pre-chorus. Let's bring that down. And let's do the verse. And let's say we wanted 2 verses, right? I can put 2 verses on here. Let's go back to the pre-chorus. Let's do 2 more verses. You can also just drag it down, and I'm just going to drag down the ending and put it there. So as you see, it didn't reflect in here. You have to actually commit in order to make it. So this button right here gives you an option to commit arrangement to the project. And if you click on that and say yes, it's going to say, are you sure? Say okay. So now I'm going to hit Control Alt and F to bring it in. So now this is what I have. This is what it looks like for my track, right? So I have my intro, my pre-chorus, my verse 2, verse 3, and verse 4. I can also switch these up if I wanted to. What's cool is if I highlight all of them, right? See now all of those in this section is actually highlighted. So I can go and actually move these over and boom, now I have a cut there that actually um, puts like a drop inside of that verse one. So I can keep that like this. And let's see. So for the verse, I'm gonna drop out this piano. So I'm gonna hit K on here and I have it come back um, here on this whole verse, right? Let's take out the piano here. Let's take out the hi-hats here and the perk. So that way it's only the snares and the drums and the kicks. And boom. So let's do that. Let's have it like this. And I have my ending for my outro. So I don't need the kick at the end. I don't need the snare. I don't need any of the drums, actually. And I'm going to fade this one. And the bass line hits and the key hits. So yeah, so that should be good. Let's hear how the ending goes. I'm just going to zoom in, Alt and Shift. I'm sorry, Alt and scroll to zoom in. Let me bring this in some, and it's going to fade. So cool. So the ending can actually stop here. And zoom this in. And the end is right there. Cool. So now we have all that together. So let's hear it from the beginning. Cool. So as you hear, it just makes it a lot easier to kind of have everything in order this way. So here's the fun part about all of this, right? So let's say you're a TV film person trying to work through making your projects and you actually wanted to have like your stingers or arrange things in a certain way. You can do that. So let's say you wanted to do actually that. So let's hit new and it brings up another thing in here. So let's say we wanted to keep part of the intro. So let's do that one here. And let's name this, can name it intro for down here for this section for Ranger 2. Let's say, let's rename this, right? If you double click it, it'll give you an option to rename. Let's name this Stinger, right? So now you have your Stinger section and you have your, let's say full song. So now you have your stinger, you have your full track. So you wanted just the front part of the actual intro and you wanted the actual whole verse, right? So you have your verse here. Let's do this whole section here. Actually, let's do not this section here. Let's move this. So let's grab this section where it has everything in it. It's kind of full. Everything's flowing. So let's name that one. Let's just name it middle 8. Let's do middle 8 for it, right? And then, so we only needed like a couple of seconds to do the stinger. So we needed the end now. So we'll just do the end, right? And we can rename that to end. And now we have another section. So we can go here to where it has the full track. We can move this one and go to the stinger, right? So now we have the stinger over here in this section, and it's just those parts. So let's say we wanted to actually start the stinger over here. So we'll have that section of the stinger over here. Let's go to arrange it. So click there and shift and hold there. So it's just going to do these parts, right? And I can bring those down. All right, so now that we have those 3 sections, what we can actually do is, seeing that we have it down here, we can actually bounce these just as it is here and make it into a stinger. So let's do that. So let's go here to where it has arrangement, a little drop down, and we're going to hit export as audio, right? And it'll bring you up your window so you can actually see where it is. I'm just going to put it on the desktop. Let's name it Stinger 1. Let's just make it, let's do 24-bit Stinger 1 on the desktop and export. Boom. All right, so now if I wanted to bring this in, just going to drag it into Cakewalk. So boom, here is my stinger that I just made. So I'm going to solo it. Real quick stinger for your placements. So if you actually want to do that, it gives you an option to do that inside of Cakewalk. Real quick, easy way to render and get what you want out of your mixes. And if you didn't like the way this turned out, you can just make another one. And let's say I wanted to do an intro then ending. So I can take this out, right? Let's remove this one. And we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna export the audio. Let's name it Stinger 2. Let's go into desktop, export. Boom. So that one is done. So now I have Stinger 2. I can bring this into the project. And as you see, it's a little smaller. There we go. Okay. So now I can just solo this one down here, which I just did, which just has the intro and then the ending. Real short, what is that, 5 seconds? What is this? 7 seconds. So real short stinger if you actually need to do that for, a TV film or whatever you needed to do it for, to make it shorter or longer or however you want to do. This is what the arranger mode is for. At least for me, this is what I use it for when I'm actually submitting. That's why I haven't been on in a while. I had to submit a whole bunch of stuff. And I wanted to show you guys actually how to use this arranger mode, try to help you guys out as much as I can. So with that being said, this is pretty much the end of the video. If you did enjoy this and the content that I make on this video, please like and subscribe. Definitely hit that bell notification so that'll let you know when I drop another video on the channel. I want to try to start doing some live streaming. I'm trying to schedule it, guys, so you guys can just send some music into me, but I'll actually sit and listen and vibe and chill, all that good stuff here on the channel. But that is coming soon. If you do want to actually submit some beats and things now, you can send it to beats@xelohh.com, and that'll go straight to me, and I'll actually be able to listen to them. Preferably MP3s, guys, or like a SoundCloud link will work as well. But MP3s, SoundCloud is kind of where I want to go. It makes it easier for everybody to kind of hear everything and load up instead of trying to go and pull up the whole WAV file and then drag it onto the computer. And anyway, y'all know how it goes. With that being said, it's the end of the video. It's your boy X.E.L.O. Till next time, people. Peace.